New Year was 2 days ago, and I was wondering, when did we even start celebrating New Year? I did my research, and it actually goes way back. We even have to understand, when did we as humanity start thinking of time in chunks like a year? So what is a year, and when did we start calling it a year? Early days of humanity, civilizations started to realize that there were some patterns that were repeating after a certain amount of time, like the sun, for example, in the sky. Sometimes of the year it would rise and hide in a certain position, but then it will go all the way up, and that would repeat over and over after a certain period. Or seasons, for example. They realized there were some times when it was easier for them to do farming, and then there were some other times, like in winter, that it was so cold that they couldn't farm anything. So they had to come up with a system that would allow them to actually farm properly. So at the end, they found out that it was a cycle. They started saying a full cycle has passed, meaning the four seasons went over. That was the first idea of a year as we know it. When did we actually start celebrating the new year? Well, for that we have to go way back. So Babylon, 4,000 years ago, they're the first we know that actually celebrated New Year's Eve. And it wasn't actually in January, it was in March when spring would start. The time of the year when it felt like the life was renewing. I mean, plants were growing, flowers, trees, everything was coming back to life. So yes, it would make sense that they would actually celebrate New Year on spring. And also, as a fun fact, the celebration would last 11 days. If you think about it, it would be so nice if today the New Year's would be in spring. Could you imagine starting the year with flowers, trees growing, everything looking so beautiful, nice weather? I actually think I would prefer spring as the start of the year. Then we have the question, why is it celebrated now in January the 1st? The answer is Romans. Yeah, Romans are the reason why. Like many other things in our culture, Romans had to do with it. Romans used to celebrate New Year's as well in March until Julius Caesar came around and established the Julian calendar in the year 46 BCE. The Julian calendar is pretty much the same as we have. It has 12 months, 365 days. And it was him who actually decided that the start of the year was going to be in January the 1st. And that is because January was actually named after the Roman god Janus, the god of doors and other things. And the symbol of Janus is actually a face that is looking back and forward. Very New Year-like. It was then when we started to actually celebrate New Year's Eve on January the 1st. Now, fast forward, the Julian calendar had some issues with timing. So, in 1582, Pope Greg said, "I'm gonna stop this nonsense." He created the Gregorian calendar, which is the one that we're using till this day. That we know that January the 1st is not a special day, it is just something that came out of Julius Caesar's mind. It would actually make more sense to have the New Year's Eve at the start of spring, like it used to be. Why is it so important for us to celebrate New Year? I think it's due to the psychology effect of the idea of a fresh start. With this fresh start effect, we can have new milestones, we can have clean breaks, and also at the end of this cycle gives us a reason to reflect, mission to let go, and motivation to simply try again. Because at the end, I mean, nothing changes. Everything just stays the same the next day, but our mindset actually is the one that changes. By the way, not everyone celebrates New Year the same time. Other cultures celebrate on a different date, but they are the same idea basically. So at the end, why do we do it? Why do we celebrate New Year? I simply think it is just about hope. We like to have hope. Past is gone, future is now. I mean, that means we have now another chance to try those things that we didn't last year. I hope you had a great time with your loved ones, and see you the next time.